Hello, and welcome to the Learning English Fast podcast with me, your host, Eli. Thank you so much for watching or listening to me today. As always, the transcript is down in the description, as well as a vocabulary list for any of you who want to practice your English words. All right. So, today's topic is about friendships. Friendships. I know many of you probably have friends, and of course, I have some friends too, but I want to share about my friendship experience because actually, growing up, I did not have too many friends. I know, it's so sad. But there were some people that I was very close with. When I was, how old was I? I think around like 12, 11. Around that age. I had one best friend in my life. His name was David. David. And me and him, we had so many things in common. And I first met him at my church because my father, he was a pastor. And so my friend David would come to church every Sunday and every Wednesday for the kids' services. And me and him, we just really got along. The biggest connection that me and him had was Sonic and video games. So we both loved Sonic the Hedgehog, a video game character. And so me and him, like I would go to his house, he would come to my house, and we would play Sonic the Hedgehog games. We loved Sonic. We would always talk about Sonic, like, oh, this character is better than that character. We would want to be like Sonic. I would go to his house and we would play video games together the whole day. And it was a really, really good relationship. And we would watch movies, we would have sleepovers, and me and him, we were very close. Even during his birthday party, he let me hit the special pinata first. I was able to do games first because me and him were best friends. But something happened. After a few years, he had to move. He had to move to a new state. I was very, very sad because he was really my only good friend. There were some other kids I know, and there were some other kids I would talk to, but there was really no one else that I was really close with. And so he moved to a new state called Missouri. Missouri. I don't know if he's there now. David, if you're watching this, I miss you. But at that time, I felt so sad. And we actually, at that time, I had no cell phone. So we wrote letters to each other. So every week, we would write letters back and forth. One week, I would give him a letter. The next week, he would give me a letter. And it was always exciting to wait for the letters from my friend David. But then school started. And during the school year, we did not exchange so many letters together then. And finally, after maybe 1 month, there was no letter. And I knew, we're not good friends anymore. Maybe he found some other friends. He's busy with his school. He has his own life. And maybe he forgot about me. So I never communicated with him and I never saw him again after that. And it was very sad not to have the letters. And after that time, I became much more quiet. I became much more, personal. I wouldn't really want to connect with other guys outside. I felt so lonely. And after that, it became very difficult for me to make new friends. When I went to school, when I went to church, it was always a difficult time for me because I couldn't really make good friends anywhere I went. But as I got older, I become more mature, I get more confidence. I was able to make some good friends, but I was never really able to make a friend I can say, this is my best friend. I would always have, some close ones, but I would never get too close because I was very scared that they would maybe, go away or they would, maybe reject me. I had that fear in my heart. But when I first went to India, at that time, I was living with so many people for one whole year. So some of them became good friends. I could say they are my best friends. And I was able to have healing in my heart, to have new relationships with the people around me. And now I think I have so many good friends. I have more confidence. I can have a good friend. Yay. What about for you though? Are you able to have good friends? Or do you have any best friends right now? Like who are they? What do they do? I want to know. Another good thing I think about friends is you really want to find some friends that can really support you. I think having friends that encourage you, friends that help you if you feel sad, those are the best friends. We don't need to have so many. Having one good friend, one good friend is worth more than 100, very shallow, not deep friends. So I think having a deep one is much better. And my brothers, they always are able to have so many good, close relationships. Sometimes I felt jealous. And right now, one of my best friends is my wife. Of course, we do so many things together, but it's important to have a best friend, of the opposite sex. So not just my wife, but I need to have a best friend that's a man. That it's so important. So that way you can get the good support. Right now, my best friend, his name is Ian. Ian. And Ian, he is an English teacher. And me and him became very close because we were both teaching English together. We would talk about so many things. And even today, we still sometimes talk together, even though we're not in the same city and we're not working at the same place. We're still connected. We're still connected. All right. Yeah. So that's really all I have to say about friends today. But I want to know your story. How about for you? What are some good relationships that you have with your friends? Or do you have best friends? Do you have no friends? I want to know. Please tell me down in the comments below. And also remember that right now we have a special one-on-one English course if you want to practice English with me, but no pressure. We have a 30-minute free trial as well. All right. So thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing your English. You can do it. And I will see you later. Bye bye.